Well, the nickels add up, but not necessarily in New York State. The DEC investigating a group of beverage distributors that it claims are skirting the bottle deposit system. At least one is in the capital region. And as Pat Bailey reports, the bottle return system is worth more than $100 million to the state, but some of those profits are fizzling out.
One Capital Region resident bought this bottle of water at this Walmart here in Clifton Park. Now, on the bottle it says, not for sale in bottle deposit states. But New York is a bottle deposit state. And this is just one example of how millions of dollars could be taken out of the New York State coffers.
Picked up a couple cases of spring water just like I always do.
Kathy Conrad did not realize she bought 2 cases of water that could have been illegally sold in New York State.
Never really thought to look to see if I was paying the bottle deposit until I saw your piece on the news and I said, wait a minute, there was something different about those bottles.
The difference was they had a red stripe and said, not for sale in bottle deposit states, instead of having a label we are all used to seeing with the state's abbreviations and the deposit amount. State officials say beverage distributors in New York are buying bottles like these outside the state, where no deposit is required, then reselling them. When they do, everyone but the distributor loses out on deposit money. Here's how the state of New York makes money on returnable bottles and cans. It's actually when people don't return them. For example, if this can gets returned for the 5-cent deposit, the state of New York doesn't make any money. But if this can is not returned, the state of New York would get 80% of the nickel deposit. Last year alone, the state of New York collected over $114 million from bottles and cans that were not returned. Beverage distributors are supposed to keep a log with the state of how many legal bottles are in circulation. When these illegal ones are being sold, there's no way to tell how many or how much of a cut it's taking out of the state's profits.
And I would have taken them all back to the store and probably had some words for a Walmart clerk that told me that I couldn't get a deposit back on them because I just simply never checked.
According to a DEC spokesman, they are the agency behind the investigation. A majority of the trans-shipping is going on in New York City, but they do say at least one instance is happening in the capital region. A DEC spokesman tells me as these investigations continue into these specific beverage distributors, the word is getting out and fewer distributors are now trying to skirt state laws. Reporting in Clifton Park, Pat Bailey, CBS 6 News.